You might be surprised to learn that every year, roughly 48 million Americans experience foodborne illness, and over 3,000 of them die, many of whom are older adults. According to the CDC, seniors face a much higher risk because their immune systems simply aren't as strong as they once were. What's truly alarming is that your refrigerator, the very appliance you trust to keep food safe, can actually be the source of these dangers. In fact, studies have shown that storing certain foods in the fridge the wrong way can trigger nutrient loss, harmful chemical reactions, and even food poisoning. Worse still, most people are unaware that their casual food storage habits could put their health in jeopardy. If you've been tossing certain fruits, veggies, or pantry staples in your fridge without thinking twice, you might be inviting serious risk into your home. The first item on this list is especially concerning. It doesn't just lose nutrients in the cold. It can also produce potentially harmful compounds. Keep reading, because knowing this could save your health, or even your life. And before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more tips like this. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Let's jump right in. Number 9, potatoes. A staple in nearly every kitchen, the potato is often stored in the fridge, but that habit can make them more dangerous than you think. When raw potatoes are exposed to cold conditions, their starches turn into sugar too quickly. This might not seem like a big deal, but when those sugars are later exposed to high heat during roasting or baking, they can form acrylamide, a compound linked to cancer in animal studies. Beyond the chemical risk, chilled potatoes become mushy, grainy, and can lose nutrients due to oxidation. If you've ever noticed your roasted potatoes tasting oddly sweet or having a strange texture, your fridge may be to blame. For safety and flavor, store potatoes in a cool, dry, and dark place, not in the refrigerator. Number 8, bread. Many people store bread in the fridge, thinking it will stay fresh longer, but the opposite is true. Cold air speeds up a process called retrogradation, which causes starch molecules to crystallize and bread to stale faster. Instead of staying soft, your bread quickly becomes dry, crumbly, and less appetizing. Even worse, the damp environment of a refrigerator encourages mold growth, especially when bread absorbs moisture from repeated temperature changes. Consuming moldy bread can expose you to mycotoxins, which are particularly dangerous for older adults. For best results, store bread at room temperature in a bread box or airtight container for a few days, or freeze slices for longer storage. Number 7, onions. It's common to toss onions into the fridge, but doing so can create a mess. Cold, humid air causes onions to absorb moisture, resulting in soft, moldy bulbs and unpleasant odors. Refrigerated onions can also release sulfur compounds that transfer their smell to nearby foods, like butter or fruit, ruining flavors. All onions are best stored in a cool, dry, well-ventilated space. Only refrigerate sliced onions if they're tightly sealed and eaten within a day or two. Number 6, tomatoes. Tomatoes are tropical fruits and do not handle cold well. Refrigeration stops the ripening process, which is essential for their rich flavor. Cold temperatures also break down their texture, leaving them watery and mealy. Even their nutrients, like vitamin C, degrade faster in cold storage. To enjoy their natural taste and health benefits, store tomatoes at room temperature and out of direct sunlight. Only refrigerate if they're overly ripe and you plan to cook them soon. Number 5, garlic. Garlic is prized for its immune-boosting sulfur compounds, but refrigerating it can ruin both flavor and safety. Cold, moist environments cause cloves to sprout early, lose their potency, and develop rubbery textures. Worse, storing chopped garlic, especially in oil, can promote the growth of Clostridium botulinum, the bacteria behind botulism. This rare but deadly illness can be prevented by storing garlic in a dry, ventilated area and using minced garlic immediately or in acidic mediums like vinegar. Number 4, coffee. Coffee beans and grounds are highly sensitive to moisture and odors. When stored in the fridge, they quickly absorb smells from nearby food, ruining flavor. Cold air also causes condensation, which clumps the grounds, speeds up staling, and degrades antioxidants that support brain and heart health. For the freshest cup, store coffee in an opaque, airtight container at room temperature, away from heat and light. Number 3. Honey. Honey is naturally shelf-stable for years, but putting it in the fridge disrupts its preservation process. Cold temperatures accelerate crystallization, making honey gritty and hard to scoop. Repeated moisture exposure can even trigger fermentation, giving it a sour taste and smell. To maintain its smooth texture and antibacterial properties, store honey in a cool, dark pantry in a tightly sealed jar. Number 2. Bananas. Bananas are tropical fruits that suffer cold injury when refrigerated. The enzymes that allow them to ripen shut down in cold conditions, causing them to turn black, lose flavor, and develop a metallic taste. Refrigeration also reduces their antioxidant content, compounds that help protect brain cells and reduce oxidative stress. Store bananas at room temperature or freeze peeled bananas only if you plan to use them in smoothies or baking. Number 1. Olive oil. Olive oil might seem safe to refrigerate, but doing so leads to solidification and can speed up oxidation whenever it moves from cold to warm. This can degrade its antioxidants and potentially produce harmful free radicals over time. Cold storage also dulls its signature flavor and makes it hard to pour. Instead, store olive oil in a dark glass or metal container in a cool, dry place away from sunlight and heat. Properly stored, high-quality olive oil can last up to 2 years without losing its benefits. These 9 foods serve as a wake-up call. Your refrigerator isn't always your friend. Potatoes, onions, bread, and bananas prefer cool, dry spaces. Tomatoes, garlic, honey, coffee, and olive oil each have their own storage rules to keep them safe and nutritious. By following these simple adjustments, you can protect both the flavor and safety of your meals. Have you been storing any of these foods in the fridge? Which of these tips will you start using today? Let us know in the comments. And thanks for watching.